Agenda West Side Beer.
Welcome to another episode of Into the West Comics. My name is Frank, and you're not seeing things. There is not a variant of Dom Toretto in the studio. That's Sonny.
Oh, God. I should take the hat off and everything. I'll be bald.
We family.
It's family over here.
And Hot Dog Paul is here. Have you been able to make your way through the multiverse?
Yes. I'm here.
He's here. We're live. We're feeling good.
Yes.
And, you know, we promised you a special guest this evening.
Yeah, we did.
He is, I guess he's our own version of Loki. You could definitely cosplay as Loki.
You could call him a variant of Frank if you really want.
If they, he's my variant.
Kid Frank.
Jonathan is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
What it do?
Yeah, we love Loki.
We do.
Yeah,
We're all about Loki. My favorite is the Loki dial.
the Loki. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Loki. How do you say that? Loki? Rocky?
No, there was
an alligator.
He is
there was a funny
Loki gator. He is an alligator.
He's an alligator.
You're right. He's an alligator.
somebody had something funny online. I forgot what it was, but I think he's definitely, I don't know, either him or classic Loki for sure stole the whole episode.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
classic Loki for sure.
let's get right into this. We had so many Easter eggs. The episode was called Journey into Mystery. That's a reference to Journey into Mystery number 85. That was the first appearance of Loki. What did you think of this episode, Paul? And are you still trying to write down all of the little Easter eggs that were in this episode 5?
Oh, man. So much.
I had Sonny along the way with me to help because he was like 10, maybe even more minutes than that.
It was like 10 or
ahead of
15
me.
minutes
yeah,
ahead of you.
and he was like, okay, this is gonna come up at this point. Pay attention at this point. When they go underground, look at this point. I was like, all right, cool. I got a guide. Like I got like an Easter egg guide in Sonny. And
That's what I'm here for.
I still missed a bunch, so Sonny wasn't great, but he did he
So sorry.
he got
I think I got like 10 or 12 and I didn't hit the 50.
He did.
That was a bunch.
My variant
he was
and
very
I
helpful.
were trying to go back and forth. We were trying to go back and forth about all the little Easter eggs. We got to like about 11 or 12 different things that stuck out to us. And a lot of the stuff is there to play like service to past MCU stuff.
Absolutely.
A lot of it is just like there and you're like, wait, what was that? Real
Like, you have
quick.
to pause it real quick and try to figure something out, but it's this weird.
Throg,
Yeah.
That was the coolest thing for me.
the Thanos copter.
Yeah,
That was
funny.
really
Really
good
funny.
comic service.
What
Yellow
was it?
Jacket's helmet.
Yellow Jacket's helmet.
Mhm.
That was really cool.
Kang or whatever.
The sign or whatever.
The building. It could have been a Stark Tower, the Avengers Tower.
The fallen, I don't know if it's just a statue or if it was actually his chrome dome, but we had the Living Tribunal's head in the
statue.
It was a
right.
statue. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a helicarrier in it, a crashed helicarrier in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I feel
Ronan
like-
the Accuser's ship.
His ship was
that's right,
yeah.
crashed in there as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the like default thing for the MCU to do is like if there's ever like a barren wasteland or anything, because I think in Thor Ragnarok there's also like a crashed what's it called, helicarrier, and I feel like that's just like something they throw in there because they have the model for it, so it makes the area look more populated.
Just to fill like the background
Yeah.
area.
They have like the stock image.
Uh-huh.
Let's throw it on.
A stock image, they just put a helicarrier in the background of where they're at. There's like a large scene. What about like this CGI of like this wide like landscapes they've been showing these past couple of, well, actually the past 3 episodes have been really really detailed. Everything that they've been filling it. This show has been great.
I saw a meme where it was like the guy sitting behind the guy behind the, everybody has like the gun to the head, and it's like episode 1, episode 2. It just keeps getting better and better and bigger. The landscape shots, I'm curious to think if they're borrowing from Mandalorian, since everything's in the Disney house.
How they shoot that
and
studio,
how they shoot
the circular.
Kind of looks like the Portal over at 15, where you could just have
Yeah.
everything in a 360 and shoot it like that.
Yeah.
Because the massive landscapes are insane. Like where did they shoot that? You know?
Yeah. Jonathan, you were talking about Richard E. Grant, his like your favorite scene of the episode.
And probably in the entire show.
Mhm.
It's like when we actually see Loki do like actual magic
Loki stuff.
at
I'm
like
on
the end of
the
that
same page,
episode,
yeah.
where
Yes.
he's like conjuring whatever the green magic of Loki,
Right,
And,
and
it's
it
just
was-
like he's building Asgard,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Dude.
Every single building.
and they just keep on coming into play, and he shapes change the building like away whenever Elias is like grabbing at it. He's like pulling down the illusion, like don't
Yeah.
touch my stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
like really prideful of like
Playing
his
keep
creation.
away with a purple dragon monster.
See,
Whatever.
and I knew that I want to call him OG Loki because I don't know, he's like the OG homie out of all of them. But
It's great. The costume,
So
everything.
great.
You
it's
nailed
so
it.
cool.
And he
think,
was great.
when he first starts using like portal like teleportation, like they're inside the bunker and he like portals them out. I'm like, I've never seen Loki do that.
Yeah, I
Like this
know.
is pretty cool.
We never see Loki do actual like cool stuff.
Oh no.
You know, in the first Thor movie, he makes a copy of himself, and then he like teleports once or twice,
Right.
And then he does like the dagger or whatever for
Right.
like a second, and then from the rest of the movies, he's kind of just a guy who's like really hard to like grab.
Right. Just some
Mhm.
clever guy
Yeah,
that just wants to talk
just some
crap.
dude.
He's not really there.
He's like,
and
I'm the
he
god
does
of
the
mischief.
pretend I'm Captain America thing in Dark World, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Which was
yeah.
funny.
But that's about it off the top of my head for other stuff that he does. It's like more magical and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, so with regards to this, well, we're assuming we know who the villain is. We're assuming that we know who the villain is.
I don't want to.
Um,
I don't want to go too far into that.
it's not Mephisto, but do we know? Are we sure that we're sure? I guess I wanted to say, are we sure that we're sure that it is going to be Kang the Conqueror that's in this house when this clearing or whatever they're walking through up to this castle?
No.
I was going to say Castle Grayskull. This castle they walk to.
Well, what I thought was it looks like Castle Doom. Like what if this whole thing, those were Doom bots that the Timekeepers were, and what if Doom's behind this whole
Okay.
thing? You know
Oh,
what I mean?
wow.
Like
A total
fun.
bait and switch.
Yeah,
that
like
they
a
was like, oh, by the way, we're making you think that it's Kang. It's Kang. It's Kang. Oh,
Right.
no, it's not. It's Doctor Doom.
and you
Like-
know, Kang could probably have his thing in the Quantumania thing, but
Yeah.
what if? And for me, I think I'm just kind of going into, oh yeah, good translation. Woo. I'm thinking, what if this is what if like it's just bait and we all think it's Kang and it could be someone completely different. It could be a variant of Loki, for all we know. But I'm very interested to see what this is going to tell. It's been a roller coaster because every single episode keeps one upping. I think
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was really good, and then it kind of had its little lull for a little bit. And
Mhm.
WandaVision, same thing, especially with the ending. Kind of gave me like the end of Game of Thrones. I'm like, why is this happening? It shouldn't.
wow,
It shouldn't.
yeah.
Just shouldn't be happening like this. You set up things for happening like this way. Why isn't it happening like that? So
I don't mean to keep going back to this, but I'm so interested to see how, like, if you did it in one seating after this was done, after the season ended, if you sat down and watched the whole season of WandaVision, like in one shot, or potentially the thing that we're going to talk about in a little bit, like, because it sounds like it might be having some connectivity to Phase 4. We're not sure.
yeah,
But it could be having some connectivity to Phase 4, this thing that we're going to talk about in a moment. Real quick, for the second season, because we are hearing there is speculation there's going to be a second season, It may or may not be 100% happening, but we do think that it's been talked about that there's going to be a
Right.
second season.
Yeah.
I
With
thought
what,
it was confirmed.
with what looks like is this, as far as the TVA being torn apart or broken up, or maybe the TVA is going to just be like in shambles
Mhm.
when we get to this season finale. We don't know the length of the episode or what's going to happen.
Right.
Can we start to speculate as to what the second season would even look like? Are we going to see Loki in movies going forward, or is Loki going to be contained, Paul, to just his own show? And that everybody he kind of interacts with could potentially be involved in the MCU going forward as far as films go, and then Tom Hiddleston and Loki are just going to be contained to this series.
I don't think so,
Well,
man.
they Marvel was talking about how they're not doing like massive multi-film.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I
contracts
tagged. Yeah, I
anymore.
tagged us into that
It's all
today.
going to be
which
like
is
3 and 4 film deals or something like that.
So
Interesting.
that makes me think they're not going to keep Tom Hiddleston for like a bunch of movies, because that would go against kind of the whole giant movie
what they
deal
just
thing.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I would be cool if he was just in like his own little self-contained. Well, it ties into the greater universe, but self-contained, his story, things going on at his level and with him and things of that nature. And that way, you can like kind of keep intact the stakes from Endgame while still being able to have that character have its adventures.
Right. Loki's dead.
Yeah.
Like I'd be
The
pretty
Loki
upset.
that we knew
The Loki
prior
that we
to
know.
this, yes.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay.
Right.
It would be, it just takes away some value that's already established in Endgame if they're like, well, this is not your Loki, but like he can kind of fill this gap. So
I think that they have to pay enough. Okay, they have
You
to
know?
pay
They have
enough.
to, for
they
sure.
have to pay enough service to just regular fans that are just going to be watching these shows and they don't totally nerd out like we do.
Yeah.
About everything that happens in these shows, and like they point out stuff like Throg. There's people right now who are saying Throg. You're like, what are you talking about? But you're making mentions of those things. With there's been a rumor that they thought that the villain would end up being another Loki.
right.
And
that would make sense.
I think it would, but I don't think they're going to do that because the fans are going to be like, "Huh, it's another one."
Yeah.
kind of thing. 'Cause
I think we got that with, well, like we said with WandaVision, that didn't play out the way it was
Spectral
supposed to.
Vision
That,
and Vision, yeah,
you know,
that
um,
wouldn't work.
I didn't even think about that.
I think it would be interesting to see Loki go on his own path or whatever, but I think we got a lot of emphasis on Kid Loki, and he did a lot of really cool stuff, and it showed that he was a leader. He killed Thor in his timeline. I think they're going to bring him into some form of this Young Avengers stuff. He's going to get used again. We definitely got Kid Loki in his prime running around with the Young Avengers. And I think what we saw, Isaiah's grandson, forget his name,
He's going to be Patriot.
Patriot.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of setup, and I feel like in every episode of these Disney Plus shows so
They're
far,
laying the groundwork.
they've been laying their groundwork. We've
Sure.
got Patriot, we got Wiccan and Speed. Now we got Kid Loki. You know, Hawkeye's gonna be bringing in, I guess her name's Hawkeye too, right?
Kate Bishop, yeah.
Kate
that-
Yeah.
Hawkeye's gonna be bringing in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have a Loki around. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's gonna be our same Loki.
Well, there's been a rumor for a long time that this is going to be the only phase that doesn't have an Avengers film.
Ah, yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That they're going to have like those big tentpole type movies. Like it sounds like Spider-Man and No Way Home is going to be one of those films.
Yeah, for sure.
And possibly Doctor Strange and
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
100%.
I mean, could be one of those films. And I really don't know what else you would really circle as maybe Black Panther 2. I mean, could be one of those type of films. Obviously different because they've got a lot of different directions that they could go in going forward. We wanted to mention too that because it's hard to believe, but Loki is ending. This first season is ending. Next Tuesday night, we are
Yes.
going to have a live reaction show
Oh
right
yeah.
after
Yeah,
the
baby.
episode ends.
I know y'all missed those.
We will be live. We're going to stay up. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to have my Red Bull. We'll be here live in studio watching the finale.
Yes.
And then we're going to go for a little bit after the show ends. And we're going to see if we predicted any of this stuff correctly. Final prediction. You say that it's going to be, the villain is going to be Sonny seemed heavy on Kang.
I'm going Kang. I
Oh.
want to say, like, for the off chance of something surprising, that Doctor Doom would be really cool.
That would be cool.
I think 80% Kang.
Jonathan.
I don't think it's going to be another Loki.
Jonathan.
I think it'd be really cool if there isn't like a man behind the mirror, and it's just some
Course.
weird setup thing.
What if it's Miss
course.
Minutes? What if
You
it's the
know.
person that voices Miss Minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's Harley Quinn.
But
It
I
could be
think
Harley
I believe it's probably just gonna be another Loki, and it's gonna be some weird Loki that you're like, okay,
Because we
cool.
still haven't seen like King Asgard or Allfather Loki
Oh,
yet.
right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's
like
true.
there's still another variant out there that we haven't seen.
Could be neat.
I'm kind of like 50-50. It's going to be Kang or like a version of Kang or like a,
The one above all.
well,
Kang Prime.
yeah, like something like that. Well, isn't that like Nathaniel Richards or something
Yeah,
like
it
that?
is,
And that's where they, so,
Like that's why we got the Sphinx kind of
Yeah.
in there for Ramatut.
and or a different version of Loki. I'm like either, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I particularly care. I've enjoyed this show, and
Same
unlike
here.
WandaVision, which the whole thing felt like kind of like
It's a-
lead up,
it's a-
like it was literally like
it's a
like
chase.
sitcoms. Like it was like, oh, what's going on? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. This has been fun to watch the interactions and all that stuff,
I
and
agree.
just see the people, the characters be these characters. And we've got a bunch of revelations. We've learned a bunch of things
Yeah.
about the TVA and that they're all variants.
Yeah.
Then we all thought they were pretty much born there. Like after the first episode, all of us were sitting here like, yeah, they were born there. And then threw it at us and it was like, oh, they're not. They're taken out of their timeline. Well, oh, that kind of makes sense.
Right.
So we've gotten answers to questions and had things found out, and it's been a lot of fun. And contrary to the other two shows, which I really like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but what's her name annoyed the crap out of me. The leader of the she was very annoying. I can't
Carly.
remember.
Carly.
She was very
Oh,
annoying.
right.
I didn't enjoy that character. There was a few things in WandaVision
Carly
that annoyed me.
Morgenthau?
Yeah, there we go.
So
But so point being, nothing in this show has like made me go, had me sitting there rolling my eyes, going, oh my god, this is so annoying. Why
because
is this happening?
WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier definitely did that.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I think they're going back to Carly. I think there might be some kind of payoff in. I don't know if they're going to be doing it in Black Widow or mentioning it, the outbreak or the like virus thing that was going on.
That was supposed to be the storyline in,
right.
in Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they're going to be
Yeah.
revisiting this. I hear in Black Widow in some.
We're going to find out in a few hours.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
are.
That's exciting. I keep forgetting that we're doing that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
new
dude,
movie.
surprise. Yeah, just to think about this movie actually coming out and we're actually going to be able to watch it seems surreal.
I'm excited to watch it just so I can stop seeing people talk about it on the internet who haven't seen it. Like
They're reviewing it, and it's like,
they're
find
like
out.
like a review will
Stop.
get posted. Like I think IGN or something, maybe IGN, something gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. I don't think it was IGN because they give out a 10.
Tens. Yeah.
But they were like, someone was like, "Oh, this is terrible. I can't believe they gave it this high of a rating." And I'm like, "You haven't seen it. Like, what are you talking about?"
the dude from Heavy Spoilers gave it, I think, like a 7.5 or 8. Guy from Emergency Awesome was like, it was really good. I hear that they kind of underused Taskmaster. As a comic book fan, Taskmaster is
Dope.
super cool.
He's
He's
Yeah,
a
very
great
cool.
character.
Really cool, and
He's
I
fun.
think they probably,
But the thing about Taskmaster as a character, he's not very deep. He's a
No.
guy who shows up who can like learn your moves and fight you. He's there.
He's
to
like a
be-
mercenary.
He's
Yeah.
there to
Mimic
be
them.
an action
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
He's not there to be a compelling
which I'm
villain.
sure these action scenes are going to
Yeah.
be really cool.
And then I see people talking about like they first of all they have put out too many clips. They got to stop putting out clips. They're Amazing Spider-Man 2ing it. Stop. But we've seen
I'm not
like
going to watch any
seemed
more.
like
until
I
we
haven't
see the
watched
movie
any of
tonight.
them. Every time I see a clip, I'm like, I'm just not gonna watch.
I'm not
this.
watching any more trailers of Black Widow until we see the movie tonight.
I think you'll be all right. I think you
Thanks.
got time.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
But it's like people get in the comments of it and they are like, this is bad. This is a bad movie.
It's like
You just watched the 30-minute clip and you're like, what? Why do you want this movie? And of course,
Oh, I
say
think a
what
lot
you
of people
will.
just
Every time I
want
click on one of those profiles, there's something about the Snyderverse is in their bio.
Yeah.
That is not a
Restore
coincidence.
Snyderverse.
Yeah,
No.
it's not a coincidence.
Relax.
Okay, so you're 50-50 that it could be Kang or not.
Yes, that
All
was a
right.
very
In
long-winded way of
We
saying
got-
that.
we got
Sorry.
short.
Okay, fine. We
Hold
got
it
right
in.
to it. I also believe it's Kang.
Sorry, I had
100%?
I think it's Kang 100%.
Huh.
And it's going to be like
That's cool.
his reveal is going to be similar to like that, like Thanos. Like he might not even speak.
They might just show like the helmet.
They're
or the
gonna
costume
they're gonna
or
do a
something.
misdirect. They're gonna make you think that they're going one way as far as like what's behind the TVA, and it's gonna be. I think it could be Miss Minutes related. I think Miss Minutes could be working for
Kang.
Kang.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds really believable.
And then they reveal Kang as sort of like the Thanos thing at the end of the original
Yeah.
Avengers. You just see like the side of his face, and then half the theater's going, "Who dat?" All right, who dat, guys? As far as Marvel goes, there's going to be a lot of stuff to watch on the Plus.
yes, there is.
Right after Loki ends, in about a month, I think it's August 11th, we're going to get the much anticipated animated series. What If?
Very cool.
10-episode season. They've already started working on the second season.
Oh, wow.
Which is also going to be 10 episodes. It's going to have some of the original voices, and we're going to check out the trailer now for What If on the Plus, August 11th.
That's super cool.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
So
Do we know each other?
I think I know what Jonathan.
Reality. It's changeable.
sick.
Where you want to be?
Go on, check this out.
That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe is different. Each one.
What?
Yeah.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
Who are you?
The name's Captain Carter.
Scheiße.
I am the Watcher.
Oh.
I observe all that transpires here. But I do
Marvel
not,
Zombies.
cannot, will not interfere.
Wanda.
I guess I have to freestyle then.
We have you outnumbered.
A Ravager never flies solo. I said never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
You had me worried for a second.
Journey to face the unknown and ponder the question. What if?
So cool. Wow. So freaking cool.
August
Right?
11th.
That looks
It's a-
pretty cool.
a 10-episode season.
That looks really cool.
We're going to have...
And that's not real Black Widow's voice. I mean, Black Panther's voice, right?
I don't know. That might
I
have been
think
the
it might
last
be.
thing
I think it
he
might have
did.
been.
been.
It is.
I think that's
I
the
think
last
it
thing.
is.
They
I
have
think
a-
that's the last
They
thing
have
he
a lot,
recorded.
Yeah.
I
It might
actually
have been.
remember hearing like reports like that's the last
That's
thing
the last thing that he did.
He will actually
Because
be in.
even Robert Downey Jr.'s voice kind of sounded weird, but that is
It's not-
RDJ.
no, it's not.
No,
It's not.
I don't
Oh,
think
wow.
it is.
That's why I said I think I know why Jonathan's laughing in the beginning.
Yeah,
But
because
they
it's
do
not,
have a lot of
it's
the
not
original
RDJ.
actors
yeah.
doing the voices. That's Thor.
That was Chris
I mean,
Hemsworth.
yeah.
I
right.
think RDJ is one of the few they weren't able to get, and it's probably because they were like, we're not going to pay him millions of dollars for an animated
That
show.
man gets paid so much money to
He's
make
making Dr.
Marvel stuff.
Doolittle. He said, I'm
Dude.
out of here.
Dude, it's crazy.
Give him more money.
No, but it looks really cool. It's basically different versions of what if this happened in this, or like someone made a left turn instead of a right turn.
Yeah.
We got T'Challa as a Ravager. We got Captain Britain, Captain Carter, whatever. It looks like Doctor Strange is going through some weird stuff going on there. It looks like there was like the trailer that happened before had him fighting like a nightmarish demon version of
Right.
himself. You know what I mean? Looked really cool.
And then Tony Stark could be going a completely different direction because the bomb never goes off. And
Right.
He
He goes and
doesn't become Iron Man.
he works with Killmonger, and they end up making weapons.
And he never learns all the lessons he's learned.
correct.
he
So he's
learned,
probably
so-
a bad guy. You
Yeah.
know? Interesting.
It's really exciting.
And I like
That's a good
the
echo you had there.
I like the angle they're taking it from. We are with the Watcher, and
He's
he
taking
is
us.
he is like, hey, come watch this with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to interfere, but come watch it with me.
Yeah.
And
He's like, I
you know,
see everything, but I can't interfere.
Look, I don't know if there'll be an overarching plot to these. I don't care if there is, but it would be kind of cool because if you know anything about comic books, every character ever who doesn't interfere, I don't interfere, whatever, like the Spectre and DC comics.
Interfere.
Oh,
They
gosh.
always end up interfering.
Always
They
interfere.
They mess with
always
stuff.
end up
Well,
interfering.
something that Jonathan and I were actually reading before we came over here was that this is going to have connectivity to Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all 10 storylines in the episodes are going to have some connectivity, but we
Some
are
will.
entering some possible multiversal situations.
Yeah.
And
I think at the end of Loki, something's gonna break, and they're gonna try and fix it in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
That might not work,
Right.
and moving forward, things are gonna be a little wonky.
what if they had? I was just thinking this now as they showed Loki, and you were talking about how they used a lot of the original actors to do the voices for the animation. What if they took the cast of Loki and they voiced the episode that was based on Loki and used that as sort of like the in between first and second season?
Oh, interesting.
That'd be interesting
That'd be really cool, actually.
because I don't know if anybody else caught
I just
it.
pitched that, Feige, so you hit me up.
I don't know if anybody else caught
I think it's
the Simpsons Loki Avengers crossover.
I saw
it's up.
pictures.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's an episode of like he's like at the TVA, like talking to Renslayer with the
Oh,
timekeepers
nice.
behind him. I'm like, how did y'all work this out? And there's a guy in they have like the Avengers Assemble scene on front of like Homer's front lawn, and there's a guy holding a sign, and it's like, this is what happens when Disney
Marvel, I saw
buys
that picture,
Marvel and
yeah.
everything. So it's pretty cool. I think it's really interesting the way, dude. When the first couple Iron Man came out, Iron Man. That sounds
You
weird.
can say Iron Man.
Iron Man,
plural.
Iron Man's. When
Yeah.
the first couple Iron Man's came out, you would never think that like Simpsons would be
No
making
way.
stuff like this, and like there's a what if, and there's all these different possibilities of what if the bomb didn't go off, and all this kind of stuff. It's what a time.
I want
is
to
basically
What a time to be alive.
dude.
I want to shout out Cameron. Thanks. He's always very supportive, and he just jumped in the chat and said Loki finale post credits with the Watcher.
Ooh,
Yeah, that would be-
that would be
Cam.
super cool.
There you
That
go,
would be
I like
Cam.
that.
You check. By the way, you check out Cameron's podcast. He and his fiance are traveling cross country
Oh wow.
Yeah.
on a budget. I think they're going to try to make all the way to Europe. Cam, tell me if I'm wrong. They're going to try to make it all the way to Europe on a set budget. They left Bowling Green, Kentucky. They're all the way on the West Coast. And I think they're in Washington right now, but they're doing
Yeah.
a podcast as they're on the road.
That's
It's
awesome.
called Coats to Coast.
Ooh.
You guys
Coats
make sure
being
you go
his
on there and
last
check
name.
that out.
You clever
And
guy.
they're doing
Cam, you're the man.
Yep. While he's doing all of that, he's still supporting us and stuff. That's really cool.
We'd really do appreciate it, Cam. And your shirt's on the way. And
Everybody in the chat, go give us a like. Get these likes up real quick while you guys are in there.
Yeah.
so we've got What If. I didn't know we were going to get the trailer for What If today. We got the What If
No.
trailer. That was really cool.
Super cool.
We have Loki is ending next Tuesday. We know that that's going to be excited, and we're going to be very sleep deprived to watch that.
Yep.
I will be.
It's okay.
Black Widow is again. We're going to be watching that in a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we've got Shang-Chi in less than 2 months.
Right?
Yep.
That's
All
gonna be
of
so cool.
all of this stuff is coming at us fast and furious.
Oh my god.
And speaking of that,
Wow. I don't know if that was like the best one or like on the other spectrum.
That was fantastic.
That was really good.
a couple weeks ago, Sonny and my variant and myself went to go watch the epic cinematic masterpiece F9 and learn all about the values of family.
La
I wanted to
Familia.
get some quick reactions and reviews from you guys. We've been sharing memes, it seems like, for 3 days. We're sharing
if you
7,000
do
memes.
not follow me on
Goodness.
IG, all I've been doing, I was talking to my boy Will, and I was like, I think I'm going to post one a day for motivational purposes only. And then I kind of got carried away because they're so good. They're so good. They're so good.
Good is a word.
They're my least favorite.
They're your least favorite?
They make me laugh and I'm irritated.
I'm in the
good they
same
are,
boat
man.
as Jonathan, but there are some that are very funny, and it's the ones that like turn it on its head a little bit, like the ones that are like, oh, Dom, he's family, we're gonna win, whatever. Those ones I'm over it. But then there's ones like the Game of Thrones one, where whatever the two characters who incest and
Have you
stuff, they're
seen
like,
Game of Thrones?
no.
You've never even watched it, huh? That's why I was like, you sound like you
watched
don't know what's going
episodes.
on.
It's Tyrion and Cersei.
I know what's going on.
Are doing
and
dirty
they're
things.
like, exactly, and he's like, what, Dom, why you? Or she's like, Dom, why are you doing this? And he's like, you don't do that to family. Or the one where the what's it called? Mufasa's falling and Dom catches him with his car. I actually reposted that one because I was like,
So
this
good.
is so
One of my favorite ones is
stupid.
it's like where you're trying to put in your password and it's like the long number doesn't work and then you put in family,
Family,
and
yeah.
it's like
Strong.
so strong. Nothing beats family.
Nothing beats family.
The movie, honestly, okay. Let's go back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Before we do meme
Oh
reviews.
god, the movie itself was entertaining.
It was.
I think what it was like 2.5 hours. It was 2.5 hours of flashbacks and CGI people jumping out of cars. I think every single cast member jumped out of the car, a moving car. Dom had the one. Dom had the.
I think you're right. I don't know if Ludacris and Tyrese were thrown out of moving cars.
They were
Because
thrown
in
into space.
They were thrown
So
into
there's
space
that. You
with
have
duct tape
Ludacris and
space.
Tyrese in space.
in a
I don't know-
rocket-powered Fiero.
made by the guys from Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
Okay,
I heard they were back in this.
everybody's in it.
I, by the way, haven't seen this and
Cardi
have no
B's
intentions
in it.
of
Cardi
seeing
B's
it.
in it. The only person that's not in
Paul
it.
Walker's in it.
It's
Almost
been
everybody's in it.
long-
Uh,
No,
Wow.
but seriously, everybody's in it except for The Rock, which kind of like was weird. You know what I mean? Even there's a post credit scene.
Well, it
and
is with
Jason Statham.
Yes.
Well, Vin
Spoiler
Diesel
alert,
and,
sorry.
and Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson be beefing.
They do
Yeah.
be beefing. They're
They
just
be
two
beefing.
big bald dudes just angry at each other.
Thank
I mean,
much.
but like Tyrese is in there too. I mean, he's bald and nice.
Mm.
Have you seen? have you seen in the? I don't know why. I think he's a nice
It's
person.
crazy.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man.
He's bald and nice.
No. Remember,
Sonny said out
there
loud.
there was something. Yeah, right. I'm never gonna leave that one down.
Sorry, go ahead.
There was in like the barbecue scene where they're all in the backyard and Tyrese says something about Dwayne and he's like, you better watch out for that big forehead.
Yeah.
And like Ludacris spits out his beard. That
Yeah.
was all. It wasn't supposed to
No,
be in
that
there.
was
Yeah.
that was
But
real.
they're
That
like,
was real.
let's just keep that in there.
That was great.
Okay, I've got oxygen back in my blood
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
You're welcome.
There's a
welcome.
sequence that I'm not going to spoil this for people, but there is
No. Go ahead and
Wow.
tell them.
All right.
Wow.
There's a sequence.
Are you worried about
that-
spoilers from
No,
Fast
no,
and
Fast
Furious
9.
9?
Fast 9.
Not really.
You'll be all
Dom is catching John Cena's character is Jacob, is his brother.
Yes.
He's catching Jacob with the hood of his car.
Mm.
And I was telling these guys as we were leaving the theater that it segues to Ludacris and Tyrese in space.
Mhm.
And for half a second, I'm thinking the space scene is obviously more realistic.
Way more realistic.
That's
Well,
good.
okay, so Jacob is fighting this like 7'14" dude on the roof of this, I don't know,
7 foot.
7 foot
This guy
14.
is massive.
massive. Okay,
A unit.
he's a gigantic dude. So anyway, he gets knocked off. What did I say?
He's big. He's
That's
big.
big, dude.
He's great.
He gets knocked off, and then Dom's like family, and like he has to like he swears over.
There's no way that's what happened.
He's looking in his eyes. It zooms in, and you can
God.
see family go across his
The
eyes.
trailer truck is rolling, and there's missiles being launched at it. And he
he's-
just gets in the seat. And he's like, he does like this is the steering wheel. He corrects it, and then just straight, and he goes down the street.
The truck flips.
Yeah,
The truck flips.
The truck
on its back.
rolled.
The truck is rolling because a grenade hit the front of it.
He threw a grenade
Okay.
outside of it.
Then you see what's her name, Charlize Theron's character flying a drone jet to kill Mr. Toretto. She thinks she's above it. Okay.
He appreciates the respect.
I appreciate the respect.
He puts
Mr.
some
Toretto.
respect on his
okay?
name.
Put some respect on my man.
This is hilarious.
So then the rolling, tumbling armed trailer proceeds to go down, and Mr. Toretto at this time.
Paul feels like he's seen the movie.
Yo, no, this is real talk. He lines it up. He lines it up perfectly, right?
Right.
To where she's coming with the jet. He jumps out in magnificent fashion. Okay. All CGI.
Right.
Rolls, lands, does a superhero landing, looks up, says family. Okay. The the jet thing blows up in the background.
The funniest thing about it is, like, I would have believed him. 100%.
It's all. I'm not telling any lies here.
The
okay?
family part?
Yes, he's like family, and
Swear to God.
swear to
Bob Heard.
Let's swear to Mr. Vin Diesel.
Mr. Vin Diesel.
So anyway,
I swear to Vin Diesel.
everything pops off, and
I swear to Mr. Diesel.
no one, like, not one time in any of these movies did anybody stop to get gas. Everybody's cars are just going the whole time.
Well, that's fine though.
But how fast and furious are you? You gotta have some diesel.
Sonny, you of all people shouldn't have missed this.
nobody
They're
could've stopped
running.
at an
They're running
Arco.
on La Familia.
They were. It was all
They
like
are.
It's on family.
The power of family.
They're running on the power of family.
And-
We know that there's going to be 2 more Fast films, at least. 2
so.
more.
Yeah, no. There's at least 2 more continuation, and Cypher got her own spin-off. It's
Right.
gonna be called Cypher.
Cypher, no cyphering.
Oh boy.
I think that they've missed out. They're going to miss. It's going to be called
Cypher.
You know, you could say a lot about us probably. What you can't say is that we don't have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
It's
really
so hot.
good.
Okay, so
Where were we? We're
I'm not
fast.
sure. So the
movie was
the
good.
next movie would be the 10th one. So I think it's a huge missed opportunity if they don't title the film "Fasten Your Seatbelts."
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say Fast X, but like
Yeah. And then
Fast in your
Mr.
seat.
Toretto,
Fast
your
X.
move.
And then Vin Diesel's character from the Triple X movies come over, and lo and behold, he's related to Vin Diesel's character, La Familia.
and then
Vin Diesel fights Vin Diesel.
I hate that you
then-
were ready.
I was ready for this, and then they find out that they can't stop the world-ending bomb, so Riddick comes. Okay, and then Riddick is like, family, we're all related.
Right.
You know,
And then there's
We just got
three
three-
Vin Diesels.
and then
We've got three nice bald-headed gentlemen.
and then Groot is like, I am Groot,
Oh,
and you're
God.
like, what?
It's the Vin Diesel-averse.
And they're just
Ben
crying.
Diesel-averse. You made that up. I didn't make that up. Okay.
I didn't
All
want
right,
it
we
to go that far.
went
I
to
don't
a
want that.
We
That
went to a
scares me.
scary
Diesel
place.
Shaq Diesel's
Diesel,
like,
yeah.
I'm in the wrong movie.
Wow.
I am Kazam.
Oh, no.
You know, the movies are family centered, and we wanted to kind of talk about films that we wanted to see potentially made, comic book, sci-fi, whatever related stuff to be adapted. What are some potential?
Sorry.
They just wrote family down. Some
Family.
potential family centered superhero or sci-fi stories that we'd like to see be made. What are some ideas you guys have?
I mean, other than the obvious that I hope we get Fantastic Four.
Sure.
I think that's the family that we all want to see happen in a movie. I think it'd be really cool to get a live-action Bat Family,
Dang it, man.
a live-action Bat Family movie where we get, Damian Wayne, and we have all of the there's like Signal. There's all kind of like weird, obscure charters. I think live-action would
All
be
the
really
Robins,
cool. All the
whatever.
Robins and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
That'd be cool.
If we're talking family. Other than that, been watching X-Men Evolution a lot recently, the animated one, and like the Brotherhood, would be a really cool, just like a darker, gritty. Like, this isn't the X-Men. This is like what happens when you get shunned and there's not a cool mansion with a cool teacher.
Mhm.
You got this magnet dude that just hates everybody and he wants to show you how to be mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't like people.
He's like everyone's inferior metal.
Right.
So I think that could be a cool move. It would start just like how any X-Men movie would be, but just a little darker. And have Magneto as the driving force instead of old bald dude in the chair.
Another nice bald man.
Old bald dude. Or
The nice
Professor
old
X.
bald dude that's trying to help children.
He can fly.
Wow.
He's like Santa.
John. Variant. What do you think?
Going off the X-Men, because we know that they're gonna have to start involving X-Men in the future.
They have to.
Because
It's
there's
coming.
There's just free money.
Oh
just,
my God.
Just print to Wolverine in some movie and people will like it.
Oh, yeah.
People lost their
Um,
mind about that picture of Kevin Feige and Hugh Jackman.
Right?
Boss Logic made a
Yeah.
picture of the claws coming out, and everybody thinks that there's something else coming.
I mean, I'm excited. Let's say like this is like a future project, like a film that I would just love happen is X-Men: The End with Rogue and Gambit. Okay. And I think a Rogue, Gambit, and they also have their 2 kids, Ollie, We can't fact check
Sounds-
this, and the other one.
Sounds
Mhm.
about
Two
right.
kids, and it would be like a neat little like. These aren't the biggest heroes. They're like kind of cool, superpowered people that are like in X-Men, but it's not like Jean Grey or Cyclops or Wolverine or Colossus. It's kind of like these, Remy and oh shoot, I don't know Rogue's real name right now.
Neither do I.
Ooh.
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 All right. Well, we'll keep moving.
Keep talking. We don't remember.
But it's those two, like interacting with each other, like
Well,
kind of like normal
Gambit
people.
is Remy LeBeau.
It's Remy LeBeau, right?
I
I
hope
think
it's
you're
not
right. It's
Channing
not
Tatum,
Ollie.
dude.
The kid's name is Oliver.
Is it Oliver?
I think
Oliver
it's- I think
Queen.
it's Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen. Uh-oh, Arrowverse.
That's something I don't want to watch.
I
I
wouldn't-
would not like to see that again.
No.
I'm over
Really?
it. After the first couple seasons, I'm
You didn't
over
like
Arrow.
it?
Yeah. Everybody's in Arrow.
Everyone's an Arrow. But I would be really about like having like a cute like husband and wife, just kind of being like normal people, but they're still kind of supercharged, doing some things that aren't like fighting space or fighting Galactus.
That's
Grilling with
interesting,
your
though.
Traeger grill.
Oh yeah,
Or
super
they
power.
could
Save
be
the world.
kind of on the run, or it would kind of be like a this is kind of strange comparison, maybe like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type of movie.
Okay.
It could be kind of played like that, like they're both being hired separately to
Wasn't as strange as I expected
to
it to
take,
be.
No, I was
take
like,
each
yeah.
other, to take each
That could
other
be
out,
interesting. Yeah.
kind of thing. But I mean, you don't want to follow those exact beats
Mhm.
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith would have been. Like
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was fun. I'm just
I heard
saying.
they're
Yeah.
doing a anime or not anime. They're doing a TV show version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and
Yeah.
Childish Gambino,
Yep.
Donald Glover is
Yep.
going to be Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Very cool.
That's right.
I would
He's
watch that.
fantastic.
I'd really watch
Um,
that. He's great. What you got?
Paul, what's you?
I'm gonna, even though Sonny stole it, I'm gonna stay where I was at.
Steal it.
Yeah, well, the Bat family.
I said it first.
I had lost. I don't know how I'm doing.
I said it
this
first.
right now. Anyways, but I'd like to see the Batman Incorporated storyline. Come
that'd be
to
cool.
come to light and see all that, and that would make a really good TV show. You get all the Batman from the different continents and countries and things of that nature, and you also get to see like Nightwing and Nightwing be Batman, because Nightwing is Batman while Bruce is in Batman Incorporated because he's out running stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be really cool.
I think
And
so, too.
I would love to see that on a small screen or a big screen. I would be down for either one of
Absolutely.
I was kind of thinking about that. He dies in Logan. Spoiler alert. Logan passes away, but I'd like to see that continue as her becoming the next Wolverine, and
Ooh,
and
yeah.
her being
Yeah.
kind of recruited into an X-Force
She's
type of
brutal.
team or something like
There's
that.
a-
She is.
There's a lot of good stuff in Tom Taylor's all new X-Men or all new Wolverine. I think
Mhm.
that's what it's called,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of X-23 stuff. Wolverine is indeed alive in that comic, but you could do a lot of the same stuff with it and make
They
those same
could.
It's
movies.
comic books,
They
man.
And like, it's got a lot of fun parts where it's like, well, Wolverine, and they're like trying to talk to Logan, and she's like, I am Wolverine, and
Right.
Logan's like, yeah, you tell him.
Speaking of Tom Taylor, his Superman is going to be dropping pretty soon.
Yep.
Next week or so.
I'm super excited for that.
Kal-El, or son of Kal-El, Superman. It's oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to it. Tom Taylor's been killing it.
And if they're finally, I'm sure I've talked about this before, they are finally bringing Jonathan Kent into like making him his own for character. For a long time, he was a kid. Sometimes he didn't exist. Sometimes he did. And Tom Taylor and Philip Kennedy Johnson are great to have on these guys.
They're killing it. So we mentioned in a couple hours we're going to be watching Black Widow.
Yes, we are.
I'm very excited.
We have heard, it's been confirmed that there's going to be 2 post-credit scenes.
Is there?
a mid-credit and a post-credit scene?
That's exciting.
I want to get your guys' predictions as to what you think we may be seeing as far as a post-credit scene. Sonny has been, kind of like pining for this for a long time, that Taskmaster is somebody that we don't know. That's going to be some type of reveal. Is that one of your post-credit scenes, Sonny, that we see who Taskmaster actually is under that mask?
No, I think they're going to give that to us by the end of the movie.
Okay.
I think whoever it is, though, is going to have to do with the post-credit. For the longest time, I'm riding this train that it's just another version of Natasha. Trained in the Red Room longer. She didn't get out of the Red Room, and maybe that's the tool, that's the weapon or whatever. I don't know who else it could be. that would affect moving forward, or maybe that who wouldn't be such a wow factor. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like Hawkeye Ronin before he was doing it, and I was like, no, that's not. That doesn't have anything.
That brings up an interesting question. When does this take place? Is it confirmed?
It's supposed to be before Infinity War.
It's before Infinity War,
Cool.
but it's like right when she was kind of on the run during Civil War, after Civil
think
War,
so.
right?
It's like 3 years.
Okay.
Like she's
Right.
going into hiding. She
Right,
goes
so
back
that's why
home.
she goes back home to
Yeah.
like go low key or whatever.
Noise.
So
She goes Loki.
She goes Loki.
Uh-oh.
I think possibly that there's a scroll in one of these, and it's probably going to be a scroll in one of these after credits.
Yeah, that would fit with the rest of what's been going on.
Kind of going
Setting
on,
up good space. Yeah.
We've been getting all kinds of stuff, scroll related. It seems
right?
So
Because Nick Fury,
It's coming.
Nick Fury's kind of Earth scroll reveal to show that he was actually in space. Like maybe we might get the actual Fury.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see it. What you got?
I think something with the mid-credit scene. I hope that they're both like actual credit scenes that grow. That go
Okay.
somewhere. That
One
like,
of
the
them's going to
first
be
one.
a goof.
But one of them's gonna be a goof.
Mhm.
One of them's gonna be funny. Like they're all as a family filling up gas in the van.
Mm-hmm. After the fight, and they're
after
like,
the fight, whatever, doing
They're
like,
like,
the
"Man,
shawarma.
shawarma. Oh my goodness gracious.
Scene. Wow.
they're in the
In
drive-through.
sync.
yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. But it would be really cool if like the first post-credit scene kind of like leaves you on like a little bit of like a cliffhanger that gets immediately capitalized by the next post-credit scene.
Because we're assuming that this
Like they show something and you're like, wait, and then you have to watch the credits and you're like, what just happened? And then they actually show like the rest of a post-credit
I love
scene that
watching
leads
people walk out of Marvel movies that just like don't know
in.
what's
How
up.
do you not know yet?
Yeah, and I'm like, go ahead.
You had an excuse.
people were
phase
getting up
one.
when we were watching Fast 9. I said, you don't
You
walk
gotta
out on
wait.
family. You could just sit down and watch this post-credit scene.
How did we get back to this? You know
Sorry.
how
There's a
hard
post-credit scene in that
you
movie.
There
said-
is though.
Someone said something about Supercharged not too long ago, and it took every ounce of strength in my body not to bring it back to Fast and the Furious. And
Oh yeah,
and
you
then
said Supercharged
family?
Family.
Frank did it back. Did it anyway.
Family.
So I would like to see something that's like it'd be a cool little stunt that they could do where it's a post-credit scene where they show like a reveal and you're like, whoa, that's too quick. I don't know how to digest that. And we're all like talking and then they just like push something a little bit further.
What if it's Kang bringing back a version of Natasha that is the Taskmaster?
Okay.
That would be cool.
That would be really
that's
cool.
Way. I was just thinking like, what's the farthest thing I can think of?
That would be great.
Well, no, and that's fun.
But it's not like too far fetched.
Or if like they, if Disney's playing hardball and like map this all out to like interact with Loki, maybe the first post-credit scene for whatever reason is like something that ties into Loki.
Because we got our schedule of all these Disney Plus shows switched up, and then this took so long and got so many. What if they are trying to align it with the end of?
Maybe
Yeah.
Owen Wilson is the first post-credit scene.
He's
They
like,
just show him.
he's like, wow.
He's just doing his life.
It's like, wow.
They have him on a
it's
jet
non-
ski in the mid-credit scene.
It's just
as
like-
Black
That's
Widow.
all it is.
But it's,
No,
it's,
like,
that's gonna
huh?
be
And it's the
that's gonna be the
non-variant.
that's gonna be the
Oh,
post credit.
no. You have him in the background
Oh, God.
Just like,
of the post-credit scene.
yeah, it's nothing.
And
It's nothing
he just,
on
he just-
him.
He just goes by like really slow in the background on a jet ski.
like,
Wow.
What? All right. Paul, what do you think we're gonna get from these post-credit scenes?
Okay, so I think one's gonna be a goof. One's gonna be a funny haha moment. Which I mean, some people hate those. I like them. I think it's fun. It's like I don't understand
post-credit scene.
the yeah right. You gave me an extra scene and I'm mad about it. I don't know. People get in their feelings about strange things. But anyways,
It's true.
so I think one of them will be a goof. I'm not gonna pretend to know what it is. So just that. And then the next one, I hope it's like an introduction, kind of like with the Thanos turning, to who or what may be like the big bad for the for what's to come.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean that's what we're like kind of waiting for, right? We're like,
Who or what is next?
what is exactly, and it's like, what's the big overarching thing that's gonna happen?
Mhm.
Right.
But now thinking back on it, we didn't really know what the big thing was in Phase 1 was gonna be.
No, not for
Or
a
I
while.
guess what do you call Phase 1,
Right.
1, 2, and 3, Thanos, until after Avengers. So that was 4 or 5 movies into the
Yeah.
Phase 1.
5, 6. whatever.
So it could take a minute before we get the overarching villain, but I'm just excited to go see it. It's really going to be cool to go see an MCU movie with you guys because we all love this stuff and we're going to sit there and be nerds about it. And that's
Absolutely.
fun. A lot of fun.
You're right, and I think that there's two things that I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to watching this movie with all of you
Oh,
because that's going to be,
you're sweet.
For
it's
real
gonna
though.
be, it's going to be fun.
And I like what Tim just said.
Ooh, Ross Red Hulk.
Ross turns into the Red Hulk at the end of the.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
I'm okay with that. That would be cool.
Well, hold on.
Well, because Ross is in this. He's
Hold on,
de-aged.
but what I was gonna ask was if this takes place before Infinity War and he turns into the Red Hulk, I don't think that can happen unless he changes back. But Ross usually doesn't change back when he's the Red Hulk. He is at Tony Stark's funeral,
True that.
so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Timeline wise.
True that. True that.
Okay, so then does the character that Florence I can't remember her last name is playing
Petersburg.
she's playing Natasha's younger sister.
Mhm.
Like, is she gonna be assuming this
Yelena Belova
Yelena Belova, is
What
she
if-
gonna be assuming the role
of Black
Widow and is that what we're gonna be getting as one of the two post-credit scenes that say, like, I'll take it from here, or I'm gonna pick
White
up your
Widow.
mantle,
Family
or
is
should I say
everything.
family is everything, and then and ride off with Dom Toretto
Fast 10.
into Fast 10, Black Widow 2, Fast 10.
Lord.
Your seatbelts. Fast 10. Your
So
seatbelts.
I don't have any I haven't heard anything about the that character and
Yes,
whether
I've
she's
been avoiding reviews. I'm not
whether
trying
she's
going to
be in
watch
anything.
about
Well,
it.
like even casting news, like her sister, is she going to be in more stuff? What if her sister is Taskmaster?
Okay.
No.
That would be pretty cool, though.
I don't think she's like that cool of a character to pull off all the stuff that
But what if,
Taskmaster's doing. You know what I mean?
based on what though?
I don't know how cool she comes
You
off.
just don't want.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that cool.
I think
She
if you
does not
like,
cool enough.
if
I don't
you
think
like,
I don't want them to waste that, and then that's gonna upset me. That's gonna upset me if they
Oh, I
waste
want to get mad.
if they waste the character
Or waste
on
it.
that. If they waste the character,
Yeah.
I don't want them to waste the character on that.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
I hope Taskmaster still lives through this though, because they have a tendency to.
They
kill
got
off cool
to
villains.
hopefully because they keep killing villains off. It was like, I really like. They kill
I
all
like
the villains we like.
He'll be a part of the
Mandarin.
Thunderbolts. He'll be a part of the
Yeah,
Thunderbolts.
They kill
I
them.
imagine he would
They
be.
kill the villains we like, or they turn them good. And I want there to be a character who is a villain, who is a bad guy, who is always a bad guy, and stays a bad.
Yeah,
guy.
like the Winter Soldier was way cooler when he was a bad guy.
John Walker is probably going to stay a bad guy.
For sure.
I don't think he has much of a choice.
I don't know.
No, yeah, not at all. I'm excited for that because that's all going to be Thunderbolt stuff for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we got a couple hours. We'll be watching it, and we'll be reviewing. We'll be reviewing that next week. Guys, make sure that you come back to check us out next Tuesday night, Wednesday morning for our finale reaction
It's gonna
show.
be real cool, guys.
We'll be going live, and we'll
Super
be
excited.
well, dude. I can't wait for this finale. I think it's going to be crazy.
Neither can I.
We hope that you enjoy what we're doing. We hope that you would take the time to subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. Make sure that you are adding us to your pull box. If you have not done so already, we appreciate the support so much. And we may or may not have a big announcement soon as far as expansion with this show.
Yep.
We'll be talking soon to you guys. But guys,
Ooh,
thank you for being here.
mysterious.
2 weeks, 2 hours
Oh.
until the Black Widow drops.
Yes.
And next week, we'll be doing a reaction show live Tuesday night / Wednesday morning-ish. Anything to say, Variant?
I mean, I'm excited.
All right,
And
perfect.
I think we should all be excited for where we're going to head with Black Widow tonight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Same.
Keep that going.
Sundog?
Man, Lovecraft Country got canceled on HBO.
Oh,
man.
boy. Did it
really?
Yeah, I'm a little bummed on that. They're not going forward in a new season.
That's whack.
Why'd you ruin that for me?
Wah.
Ron Perlman's voicing the new Optimus Prime. Interesting.
That's exciting.
I don't
Yeah.
know about that.
I love you, Sonny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had nothing to do with it, but I'm sorry.
I love you, nerds.
All right.
Other than that stuff,
Yeah. Guys, have a great night. And thanks for checking us out. Paul, do you have something to say?
I was like, yeah, like he's looking over.
I was gonna let it ride. I was just gonna, all right.
don't.
I just want to say thank you for you guys come checking us out. I don't care. I hate Quan. I don't care if it's 2 of you guys in the chat, 10 of you guys in the chat, 200 views, 50 views. You guys come and watch us be nerds and talk about nonsense, and that's so cool.
We
That's so much
appreciate it.
fun, and we really, really do appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
From the
Appreciate it, guys.
bottom of our cold little heart.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
See you next week,
Okay,
guys.
Quan, now you can play the music.
Later, guys.
Later.